So what's nice about a cable-driven motor is that it has that ultra-responsive like steering. You know, the harder you push that on that pedal, the faster it's going to steer. So inside of here, we actually still have a cable system that goes through the foot pedal, but instead of actuating a set of pulleys that moves that motor around, it actually actuates an electric motor that does the steering for you.
Okay.
So you still have it at the foot pedal, like that feel of it, but that electric motor actually does all the work for it.
Okay.
So what that does is just kind of takes all the torque out of the steering for you. So before, when you'd have to really step on that foot pedal and put some weight on it to go faster, now it's just very, very, very easy to push in.
What about, because I know the cable drives, you have to adjust them. There's that screw under there. Is that screw still there?
That screw is still there.
Okay.
So from the foot pedal all the way up to where it meets the motor mount, it's pretty much still just like a Fortrex, still just like a cable-driven motor. It's still a cable with a cable tensioner. So it still retains that feel and operation.
Will it? Because I know the cable drives, they'll get loose over time, right? And you gotta keep adjusting them. Is that something that's been, or is it just like a cable drive?
It's just like a cable drive. I mean, you still want to keep adjusting that and dial it in for kind of how you want it to feel as well.
Okay.
But it probably will be a little less prevalent because it's not actually driving that motor, so there's not as much effort and force on those cables as you would on a Fortrex.
Oh, okay, because it's just receiving the signal there. It's not really putting the force on the motor.
Correct.
Okay.
So that cable's really just there to still have that smooth feel in the pedal itself.
Okay. All right. And question, I see you got like a wrap on the cable.
Yep.
That is because you've got the motor, I guess it's got to receive everything, right? You see that wrap there? That comes with it and everything?
Yep, so that comes with it. So because we have kind of the IPilot link cable coming along with it, also some people might mount an external transducer and there's more wires. So we added that cable as kind of a wire maintenance or management. Kind of gives it a nice kind of finished look to it without having a lot of wires hanging off of it as well.
I see you've addressed the string.
So Ultrex really is kind of our premium motor.
Yeah.
So we decided we're going to go with a stainless steel braided coated, nice rough and tough pull cord there. So
yeah. So it's really like a all-in-one package. You really don't, because I know when you buy you buy a trolling motor, you got to get like the aftermarket handle.
Yep.
You can get like aftermarket, transducers and stuff. Like this is like all in one package.
It's all in one package. They all come with our universal sonar transducer in them.
Okay.
In the lower unit as well. All of them come with either iPilot or iPilot Link, depending on which one you want. So it really is everything. Also, just like the Fortrex, it's the same mount, so the mount for the Fortrex has been rock solid. So we went with the same mount, the same mono arm. It still has the lift assist feature in there, so it will take half of that weight out when you're trying to pull that motor up. So it really is, no matter what type of fishing you're going to go out doing, this is the motor you need to do it.
The foot pedal, the footprint of this is the exact same as a Fortrex.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. That's good to know. The other question is, comes in a 45-inch shaft?
It comes in a 45-inch shaft, a 52-inch shaft, and a 60-inch shaft. And then you can either get it in an 80-pound 24-volt or a 112-pound 36-volt.
That's awesome. And what about battery life? I know that the electric drives have the digital maximizer.
Yep.
Right.
So they have the digital maximizer. You will easily get a full day of fishing on the water with this motor.
Okay.
So then each one will actually come with either an iPilot or iPilot Link remote.
Okay.
So you have the ability to either control from your foot pedal or from a remote.
Okay. So let's talk about the remote. I know you guys reworked the iPilot Link.
Yes.
Right. So this is the iPilot Link.
So it's the iPilot Link remote.
Okay.
So what we did with this one is actually we changed the complete design of this remote and added a color touchscreen. So this allows us to quickly get you to navigate to all the different features that are available. Those also can be customized, so you can put all your favorite features to the top and move the less used features to the bottom. Along with the actual touchscreen is we kept the hard key keypad at the top just for quick functionality if you ever had any issues, or even if you wanted to turn off the functionality of the screen and just have the hard keys if you're in a lot of rain and rough water and you didn't want to use the touchscreen. So dual kind of keypad use on the remote for the iPilot Link version. And the iPilot version we actually modified as well. So the screen is actually about 30% larger than the old one. And we actually added some soft keys that gives us some advanced functionality on the menu options. So both of these are available, iPilot or iPilot Link.
Question. So with the iPilot Link, you can save waypoints?
Yes. So you can save waypoints, spot locks, or recorded tracks.
So where would that be? Okay, so go to spot lock, go to track.
If you go to spot lock, go to track,
mark
you can
waypoint.
mark a waypoint or go to waypoint. And so that has all your saved waypoints. And if you have iPilot Link, which is what that is, you'll also see all the waypoints that are available that you've saved on your Humminbird unit as well.
So you can connect this with your Humminbird?
Absolutely. So the iPilot Link, the whole basis and premise behind it is the Humminbird unit is fully integrated with the trolley motor. So that shares data, and you can control your motor from the Humminbird unit, from the remote, from the foot pedal. So it's all kind of interconnected into one network.
What's the battery life on this?
So for the iPilot Link remote, it's about the same as you would from your trolley motor. You'll get a full fishing day out of it. It does have a rechargeable battery, and it comes with a recharging cable.
Okay.
The iPilot remote uses 3 AAA batteries, and typically you'll get about a full fishing season. So once a year you'd have to change the batteries on this.
Okay.
Standard AAA batteries.
I know a couple guys who've dropped this in the water. Not waterproof, weather resistant, right?
The remote is waterproof.
It is?
It is waterproof,
okay.
yes.
This is waterproof as well?
Yes, it is.
So you could literally drop this in the water and
it will still work. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good to know. Touchscreen, waterproof.
So, and the touchscreen we've actually dialed in so you could actually use light gloves or even use it in light rain, and that touchscreen will still work. So, you know, if you use your smartphone, as soon as you get a little bit of water on there, it goes crazy. That will not happen with the remote.
That's
so you'll
awesome.
still have some of that functionality until a certain point, maybe the downpour, you might want to start using the keypad up top.
Can you control auto chart with this? Can you?
To initiate the auto chart functions, that will still have to come from the Humminbird unit.
Okay.
Yes.
So you'll still have to start recording there,
Yes.
but you can control. If you have an auto chart, a map, you can still follow the contour with this, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
Once you create the chart with the Humminbird unit and you have those contours available, now you can follow the contour from the remote itself.
Right, and for guys with Lake Master, they can follow the contour with this as well.
Absolutely, yes. Especially
Awesome.
with Lake Masters.
Yeah, awesome. That's cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was it. That's really cool. What? You want me to play around with it? She wants me to get up on the deck. I will in a second. I just got to take this in for a second. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
And you can lock the keys too, eh?
Yeah, so you can make the screen. So now when the keys are locked, let's see which keys did it lock.
Oh, you can pick which keys to lock?
So that locks the top keys.
Okay, so you can lock keys and stick this in your pocket,
Yes.
and you won't be.
So you can also make the screen just a display and not touch screen, and only use the top keypads as well.
So
in case you don't also hit that.
So you can look at it and be like,
this becomes like a navigational button. You see how that? So you can start selecting from here and not use the touch screen.
So you can shut the touch screen off.
Yes.
That's sick.
And then also, we designed it so it's not really intuitive. So we designed it where the keys are up top here, and that's really to give you kind of the full range of motion of your thumb. So normally when people pick it up, they see it like this because that's how phones normally are. However, we gave you the ability to use it this way, or you can go into the settings and flip the screen and use it this way.
So you can flip the touchscreen.
Yeah, so either or is an option for this as well.
So can you get on here and get your email too?
We're getting
That would be good. Make a phone call with it.
So I think the idea of fishing is to not get your email though.
Wow.
So,
For business guys, got to stay on the water and stuff, right? That's cool. And this tells you that the motor's running, right? You got the motor running, or what is this?
So the prop on there will move when the motor's running.
So right now, what's it doing?
So right now, the prop was on.
Okay.
And we're at speed 2.5.
Right. Now it's going.
So yeah, we were in cruise control set at 0. So
that's pretty quiet.
That's absolutely.
Is that motor being reworked too? Is it quieter?
The motor is it's the lower unit is the Fortrex unit. The steering motor up top is completely different.
Maybe it's just the way it's transmitting the vibration and the noise, because it's not really, you can't really hear it. That's awesome. And I noticed the foot pedal. So let's talk about foot pedal here. You've got spot lock.
Yes. So that's one of the big features of IPilot is the ability to have spot lock, that electronic anchor.
What's this one?
So we put it right there on the foot pedal. The other button is what we call autopilot. So if you want to stay at a certain heading and you hit the autopilot button, what that will do is it will compensate for wind and waves and make sure that you stay in a straight line and staying on that heading for as long as you want.
It's a magnetic heading, or is it a...
So we have two versions. One, it does it by GPS, and one does by compass. So we have what we call our legacy autopilot and advanced autopilot. So based upon how you want to stay on that heading, whether it's just a compass direction or GPS heading, you can switch through back and forth.
And this is?
This is your momentary and constant switch. So you can hit that, and then when you're in momentary, the prop is off until you press down on here. When it's on constant, the prop is on all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah, duh. Yeah, that's awesome.
So then this is your speed control dial. So from 1 to 10, and then you have an on-off switch as well for the entire motor.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. And if you're storing it, so this is off, right? So if you go like this, it's completely off.
Turns the motor off.
And so when you turn it back on, it has to reconnect, right? Motor not found.
It will. So what we did this year with all of our motors is we went to a Bluetooth communication. So once you pair this with your motor once, it remembers it. So once you switch that motor back on, it will pair with that motor again.
Automatically.
It should pair automatically.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Feels like a cable drive, eh? I'm gonna get up there, eh?
That's what we hope for, yeah.
It feels like a cable drive. It even has the, you know how cable drives sometimes have that little bit of play?
Yeah.
It feels exactly like it.
That's I spent a long time trying to dial that in to make it exactly like you would feel on the Fortrex.
When you, sometimes if you turn it really high and you get it going and it's going one way, it'll kind of like get some torque and it'll turn itself. Does it do that, or is it?
Well, try it out. So what we've done is try to, you'll have the same effortless steering no matter what speed you're at. So
is it on? It's just a little bit stiffer when you got it up high, but it's just like a cable drive. That's pretty cool. The only thing is it doesn't have the arrow on top to tell you which way you're going.
It does not have the arrow, yes.
I gotta draw an arrow with like a marker or something. That's awesome.